I came across a really interesting fact yesterday. A 100-watt light bulb can light up a whole room pretty well. But put those same 100 watts in a laser and it can cut through steel. Yes, that's right. The same power, 100 watts, when concentrated in just a single line, can cut through steel. And that makes me think, how much powerful we would become if we can take all our energy and put it in the direction of a single force, put it in the direction of a single goal. That would truly make us powerful, and that is what today's video is all about. How you can channel that energy in you and focus so well that you create magic. One of our specialities as human beings is our ability to get distracted. I don't mean this as satire, I mean this genuinely. Because think about it. How long does it really take for you to get bored and then switch on to social media and something that's instantly fulfilling? It doesn't take that long, right? Just a click on your phone and that's it. Just like that. Distractions are all around us and we've become the ultimate experts at gathering them and at paying our attention to them. But what those distractions do is that they take our 100 watts and spread them out like a light bulb. So everything that you see, everything that you do is on the surface. You know a lot of things, but you know very little about one thing. And that's not a place to be, at least not in today's day and age, because general knowledge is accessible everywhere. You go on the internet, you can find the facts about everything in one single click. In today's day and age, if you want to be successful, if you really want to make your mark on the world, you need to find one thing. And that one thing is something you really need to master. Yes, you need to be aware about many other things, but you need to have a craft, a skill, a special thing about you that really makes you stand out, that makes you the top person in that field. And for that, you need to become that 100-watt laser. Being the light bulb will not work. The light bulb will only make you a generalist. The laser is what will make you cut through the impossibilities just like it cuts through steel, and it will make you grow to the next level. So how do we do that? The very simple answer is focus. We need to be able to focus. How are we doing things? How aligned are we to our goals? How well are we intentioned about it? And to answer all of those questions, you need to understand how you progress through a goal. Because there are multiple stages, and the middle stage, which you'll get to know about in just a minute, is where a lot of people get stuck. So the first stage of setting about any goal is the excitement stage, the fun stage. Something is new, something is really exciting to you, and you can't wait to get started. So you jump in and the graph starts rising like this. You're learning new things, you're finding out about new ideas, you're connecting with new people, and it's all so fun, right? And so you feel like this is the best thing in the world. But as you rise, so does the level of difficulty, so does the level of the challenges that you face. And before you know it, that roller coaster is on its way down. And that downfall is very fast. And that is where you end up in the second stage, the valley of disappointment. You started here. You went through the initial joy and then you crashed below the zero line into that valley. And this is where most people get distracted, where most people quit, where most people think, no man, this is not worth it. I cannot keep going. This is so hard. And yet, this is where you need to bring all your resources. You need to bring your ultimate power and power through and push through and make it to the other side. Because this is where your soul gets tested. This is where ability gets tested to its limits. Let's say you're building a new company. You got a new idea. You started working on it and everything seems to be going well. Until you realize you're down in that valley of disappointment. You built a new product, but apparently no one in the world cares about it. You can't make a sale. You can't actually get people to buy those things from you. And now You're staring into a dead void. What do I do? Should I shut down the company? Should I book the losses? Should I try something new? Or should I just keep going? I know this is just one example. Another example of being in the valley of disappointment is when you are working on a passion project or when you're studying for your exams. The start seems to be going well, but eventually you end up at a point where you can't understand anything, when nothing makes sense and you're overwhelmed, you're confused, and you have no idea how to go ahead. When this strikes, and when this brings with it boredom and challenges and the need for deep thought, we choose to escape. Instead of focusing every single light on that goal, we spread wide. We pick up our phones, we get distracted, we start watching the TV series, we start reading that different book, and we think, oh, I'm just trying to get relaxed, I'm too stressed, this is something, that will help me. But just think about it. How will it actually help you? Yes, getting relaxed is fine, but using that relaxation as an excuse for escaping from your goals, from escaping from the deep work, is actually not going to take you anywhere, and it doesn't actually make sense. Relaxations, detours, and taking care of yourself is different. Escaping is different. And when you're really aligned, you will know the difference between the two. So don't escape. Instead, focus, realign, and bring yourself back to that goal. Ask yourself questions. How can I make it out of here? What are new tips and tricks that I can use to study better? What are the questions I can ask myself? How can I, get more people to understand my product? How can I improve my sales? How can I improve my marketing? These are the questions you need to ask in the valley of disappointment. This is the time when you need to be at your best, at your most focused, at your most creative. Because the solutions you come up with here will take you to the next phase, and that is the growth and confidence phase, where you're slowly making it out of the valley. You're climbing the steps up, and while doing that, you're building the foundation for your success. Every step is teaching you something new, is bringing new ideas to life, and before you know it, you are somewhere much better than even the initial excitement. You are a better person. You are someone who's learned a lot, and you are at a level you never once imagined. And that is what it takes. And so this is what the journey overall looks like. You start here. You're very excited, and then you crash into the valley of disappointment. You spend some time here going back and forth, until you learn, until you grow, and you start climbing back up, and this graph then shoots upwards. This graph then goes off the books, off the charts, and that is the success you see about in the media, in the news. And when we hear of that overnight success, we think, oh wow, that guy must have been so lucky. But what you don't know about that luck is the time those people spent in that valley of disappointment, where there was no spotlight, there was no guide, there was even no light, it was all dark. But they still made it through because they had the focus of a laser. They couldn't see anywhere else. That was because they could only see the one target, cutting through the challenges, cutting through the steel, and making it to the other side. And so if you want to succeed, if you want to achieve any goal of yours, this is what you need: laser sharp focus. And when you're in that state, you will also be your most fulfilled. Why is that? Because you know that it's not just about achieving the goal. It's also about the person you're becoming, the growth that you're seeing within yourself. And that is the ultimate gift of success, where you change as a person, where you are not the same person who was here. You are someone who's 10 steps ahead, 20 steps ahead, and you are now more evolved and more knowledgeable and more confident than ever before. And so I ask you to think about this question this week. What is your goal, and what is the one thing that you need to put laser sharp focus on to succeed in over the next 1 year, the next 5 years, the next decade? Ask that question to yourself and write the answer in the comments below. Together, we can dream big and we can achieve big. And that is the message I want you to take with you today. Know that I am always rooting for you, and together we can achieve the impossible. Thank you.